This is Unit 1.4. In this unit, we'll just continually solve the simultaneous equations. And also, we'll learn something called substitution and use it on simultaneous equations. So this is question 1. I've asked us to write down those equations in the x equals form or y equals form. Let's start with question A. So y will go over, then y equals 10x minus 1. And then now let's try B. B should be in x equals form. 4x equals y minus 3. But because it is calling for x, now 4x will divide both sides with 4 to make into x. Then x equals 1/4 y minus 3/4. And now let's solve C. In case of C, it's also x. Then half x equals minus 1 plus 10. But it's in fraction, and when half, we'll multiply both sides with 2 to make it a whole number. Then x equals minus 2y plus 20. And finally, it's question D. It's asking us for y. This should go over, then y equals 2x minus 12. To raise money for a local shelter, some Greytown students held a car wash and charged the price at the left. They washed 53 vehicles and raised $382. So the cars were $6 and vans were $8. So for A, we should write an equation to describe the number of vehicles washed. So I'll write about the cars at x and vans and y. So then x plus y equals 53. They washed 53 cars. And B, so we should write about the equation about the cost, or how much money they earned. So car will be 6x, and Benz will be 8y, and that equals $382. And for C, we should solve one of the variables in your equation in part A. So I'll then x for it, so x equals minus y plus 53. And this is D. So I should substitute the expression in C for B. So 6x plus 8y equals 382. But I should substitute this x to minus y plus 53. Let's write this out. Then it will be negative 6y plus 318 plus 8y equals 382. Again, writing it out. Negative 6 positive 8, that equals positive 2y, equals 382 minus 318, that equals 64. And finally, it's D. So we should substitute your answer for part A to solve part A. So x, y is 32, x plus 1 equals 53, so but y is 32, then x equals 21. This is question 3. It asks us to decide which variable to isolate in one of the equations in each system. Then substitute for this variable in another equation and solve the system. So in this case, it's easier to isolate the variable that has coefficient of 1. So coefficient of 1, coefficient of 3. So in this case, it's better to isolate the x instead of y. So then x equals negative 3y plus 5. So right here, at the equation here, I'll substitute this x up there, minus 3 plus 5, and multiply it by 2. Then negative 6y plus 10 minus 3y equals negative 17. Y's with the y's, and then it will be negative 9y equals negative 27. Positive 10 went over and became negative 10, so it's negative 27. And then let's divide both sides with negative 9. And then y equals 3. And this is question B. So because the coefficient of y is 1, let's isolate y. Y equals negative 2x plus 4. And then negative 2x plus 4 right here. 3x plus 32x minus 64 equals 6. X with the x, 35x, and numbers with the numbers equals negative 64 goes over and positive, so positive 70. So x equals 12. And then we should also get the y. So right here, 2x plus y equals 4, but x is 2 right here. So then y is 0. And let's also find out the y for the question A. So right here, x plus 3y equals 5. Right here, this 3y, this is 9 right here. So then the x will be negative 4. This is question 4. It's just basically same with question 1, which is just isolate one variable. So A, it's about B, so B goes over. Then B equals minus 8A plus 4. And for question B, isolate R, 6R equals 3S plus 9. And then dividing both sides with 6, R equals 1/2 S plus 3/2. And then for C, it's about V. So then 7V equals negative 3U plus 21. Dividing both sides with 7, V equals negative 3 over 7U plus 3. And then at C, it's about decimals, so first let's multiply tens to both sides. And then 3x minus 3y equals 18. It will be like this. So x equals 3y plus 18. Divide 3x, divided both sides by 3. Then x equals y plus 6. And for E, let's multiply it by hundreds. So then 12x minus 6y equals 24. So it's in y equals form, so negative 6y equals negative 12x plus 24. And then dividing minus 6, y equals 2x negative minus 4. And finally, it's f. So it's about the x. Then, so it'll be 1/3 x equals negative 1/2 y plus 5. But because it should be x equals 4, we should multiply both sides by 3, like this. Then x equals negative 2. 3 has y plus 15. So this is question 5. So it's by substitution. Let's start with a y equals x minus 5. Then this is x minus 5. So x plus x minus 5 equals 9. And then 2x equals 9 plus 5. So it's 14. Then x equals 7. Let's put that into first equation. So 1x 7 minus 5, that equals 2. And now let's go for b. X equals y plus 4. So then x equals y plus 4. So 3 in front of it. So 3y plus 12 plus y equals 16. So 4y equals 4. Then y equals 1. So again, the first equation. When y is 1, the x is 5. And finally, it's c. Let's modify the first equation. So x equals negative 4y plus 21. So putting this in here, negative 4y plus 21. So negative 16y plus 84, negative minus 16 equals y. So then 84 minus 16 equals 68. So then the y equals 4. So right here again in the first equation, x plus 4 multiplied by 4 equals 21. So this is 16, and x equals 5. So this is question D. I'll isolate the x right here. Then x equals negative 3y plus 7. So let's put that in the first equation. 3x minus 2y equals 10. But x right here is negative 3y plus 7. And then negative 9y plus 21 minus 2y equals 10. Negative 11y equals 11. And y equals 1. So when y is 1, right here this is 3. So then the x is 4. And now let's solve v, and this will now isolate this y right here. So then y equals negative 2x plus 5. So this is negative 2x plus 5. Let's write it out. X minus 6x minus 15 equals 13. And 7x equals 28. X equals 4. So let's look at the first one. 2 multiplied by 4, 8 plus 17 equals 5. So then y equals negative 3. And this is f. So I'll isolate this x. So x equals negative 2y. So this is negative 2y. Negative 2y minus y equals negative 4. then negative 3y equals negative 4, and y equals negative 4 over 3. And now let's write down the first one. X plus 2 multiplied by 4 over 3, that equals 0. Then x is, this goes over, negative 8 over 3. This is question 6. Tom pays a one-time registration fee and a regular monthly fee. So after 4 months, he had paid $420. After 9 months, he had paid $795. So we should determine the registration fee and the monthly fee. First, I'll put this registration fee as an X and monthly fee as an Y. Let's write down those equations. The first one, 4 months, was $420. X plus 4Y, that equals $420. And second one, 9 months and $795. Then X plus 9Y equals $795. And let's isolate the first one. X equals negative 4Y plus 420. So let's substitute the x right here, this x, that's negative 4y plus 420. Negative 4y plus 420 plus 9y equals 795. Like this, writing down again. 5y equals 795 minus 420, that's 375. Then y is 75. So this y, the monthly right here is 75. Let's substitute the first equation to find that x. This one, x plus 4y equals 420. Right here, here's y. 4 multiplied by y, that's 300. And x equals 120. So this is question 7. A health food company packs almond butters in jars. Some jars hold 250 grams and other jars hold 500 grams. On Tuesday, the company packed 186.5 kilogram of almond butter in 511 jars. How many jars of each size did they use? So then, I'll put this 250 as an X and this 500 as a Y. And then let's write down this equation. X plus Y equals 511. And then 250X plus 500Y equals 186.5. But we should change the units. The one the front is in grams and one in the back is in kilograms. So we should change the units. So right here, 1 kilogram, that equals 1,000 grams. So when you look at this, it's 250 grams. So from grams to kilograms, 3 zeros disappears. So 3 will go in, 3 jumps, 1, 2, 3. And then it will be 0.25 kilograms. So this is 0.25 kilograms, 0.25 x plus 0.5y, and that equals 186.5. So first, let's modify the second equation. X equals negative y plus 511. So right here, the first one is 0.25x plus 0.5y equals 186.5. So the x was negative y plus 511. Let's just write it out. Negative 0.25y plus 127.75 plus 1 half y equals 186.5. So because of decimals, no, because we're gonna use calculators, let's don't apply 100 this time. Y with the y, then 0.25y. That equals 186.5 minus 127.75. Then it's 58.75. Let's divide both sides with 0.25. And y equals 58.75 divided by 0.25 or multiplied by 4. That equals 235. So y is 235. Let's substitute that for the second equation. So this is 235. Then x is 276. This is question 8. The difference between two angles in a triangle is 11 degrees, and the sum of the two angles is 77 degrees, which are the measures of all 3 degrees in this triangle. So first, let's draw the picture, like this. The sum is 70, they're definitely acute angles, these two. So this is x, and this is y. So the difference was 11, and then x minus y equals 11. and there's somewhat 77 x plus y equals 77. So let's isolate the first one, the x. Then x equals 11 plus y. So this is 11 plus y. Then let's write it out. 11 plus y equals 77. And then 2y equals 77 minus 11, that's 66. Y equals 33. Then the x equals 73 minus 33, which is 44. And also, we should find out the last one angle left. The question asks us to do it. So let's 33 and 44. So because triangles in 180 in total, 180 minus 77 equals 103. So this angle right here is 103. This is question 9. We should just solve each of those system and check our answers. So modifying the first one, x equals negative 3y plus 7. So this is negative 3y plus 7 right here. Multiplying by 3, then it will be negative 9y plus 21 minus 2y equals negative 12. Let's organize it, then negative 11y equals negative 33, and y equals 3. We find that the x right here, 3 here. So then x plus 9 equals 7, then x is negative 2. And this time let's solve b. So b equals 2a minus 3. So this is 2a minus 3 right here. And then 4a minus 6a plus 9 equals 5. Negative 2a equals 4. Then a equals 2. So when a is 2, right here in the substitute of the first one. So 3 equals 4 minus b, then b is 1. And this is question C. This time change the 2n. 2n equals 7, negative 7m plus 21. So until now, we just did until n's or m's without any coefficient except 1. But this time, let's try 2n's. So then 4n equals 2 multiplied by 2n. So then, I'll just multiply 2 for those 2n to find out this. Then it will be 10m plus 2 negative 7m plus 21 equals negative 10. This is how it works. Let's just organize it. 10m negative 14m plus 42 equals negative 10. Negative 4m equals negative 52. Then m equals 13. Let's substitute it to find out the n. So 7 multiplied by 13, that equals 91. So this should be negative 70. Then negative 70 divided by 2 is negative 35. And this is D. So right here is not too different from the one that did before. 3x minus 4y plus 7 equals 0. Let's modify this. 3x equals 5y minus 7. So let's put it right here. So 6x is 2 multiplied by 3x. So let's just multiply 2 right there to find it out. So 3x, 5y, that's 5y minus 7. Multiplying 2 by that, 10y minus 14 minus 2y plus 1 equals 0. 8y equals 13. And y equals 8 under 13. So right here, then let's put it right here. So y is 13 over 8. 5 multiplied by 13 over 8. That equals 65 over 8. So minus 7 from that equals 65 minus 56. So 9 over 8. Then x will be divided. So dividing both sides with 3, we'll do that. So then x equals, simplify, 3 over 8. And this is E. So in this question, it isn't that easy. So first, I'll change to C. Then 2c equals negative 5d minus 38. But because this is 3c, but this is 2c, so this time I'll divide both sides with 2. Then c equals negative 5 over 2d minus 19. And then let's put that c to that 3c right there. So 3c plus 2d equals 24. Then c negative 5 over 2d minus 19. And then writing this down, negative 15 over 2d minus 57 plus 2d equals negative 24. So then negative 11d equals Negative 57 going first, 33. And then let's divide both sides. Multiply both sides by 2 over 11. Then d equals these two being simplified, so negative 6. So we found out the d, then let's find out c. So let's just substitute it. 3c plus 2d equals negative 24. So d is negative 6, then this is negative 12. Then 3c should be negative 12, so then c is negative 4. And finally, this is f. So first, when you look at this equation, you can find something. It's negative 3y, negative 9y. So this is negative 3 multiplied by 3y. Then let's just organize this out. And 1/4 x minus 1/2 equals 3y. And then this is 1/4 x minus half. So let's multiply my 3 like that. And 1/3 x minus 3 over 4x plus 3 over 2, that equals 5. So let's just omit those fractions. So those denominators are 3, 4, and 2. And then I'll divide it by 2. So just divide one that can, straight 2 and 1. So then let's multiply all these to find the least common multiple. 2, 3, 2, 1, that's 12. So then let's multiply 12 to the whole side. So let's write again. 4x minus 9x plus, that will be 18, that equals 60. Then negative 5x equals negative 80 going over 42. And x equals 42 over 5. And also we should find that y right now. So let's just substitute it right here. Negative 1/3 x minus 9y equals 5. X is negative 42 over 5. Then 1/3 multiplied by that, negative 42 over 5 minus 9y, that equals 5. These two being simplified like this. Then negative 14 over 5 minus 5 equals 9y. Let's just do this. This is 5, negative 14 minus 25, that equals negative 39 over 5. That equals 9y, then let's divide both sides by 9. And then the answer will be y equals, 39 can't be simplified, so let's just multiply it. So this 9 and 13, 15, and negative 13. This is question 10. Dan has saved $500. He wants to open a checking account at Save a Trust or Maple Leaf Savings. Using the information at the right, which financial institution charges less per month? So basically, when creating the account, it also costs, and also is issuing checks that also cost money. So then let's calculate those by making an equation. Let's start with the Save a Trust. I'll put check as an x, and cost is on y. So right here, Save a Trust, I'll just write it as a save. So 10 plus 0.75x, that equals y. And for the Maple Leaf Savings, I'll just write it Maple. 7 plus x equals y. And then let's find out when they have the same cost. Because the same cost means same y, we can also write it like this. 10 plus 0.75x equals 7 plus x. Let's organize this. And 0.25x, that equals 3. So when x is 12, so they all have the same cost. So when you're issuing more than 12 checks, even though it has higher starting fee or checking accounts, you should choose Save a Lot Trust. When you're issuing less than that, you should choose Maple Leaf Savings. This is question 11. Wayne wants to use few pieces of silver to make a bracelet. Some of the jewelry is 80% silver and the rest is 66% silver. Wayne needs 30 grams of 70% silver for the bracelet. How much of each alloy should he use? So let's just write it down. 80% silver, 66% silver, and he wants to make 30 grams of 70% silver. So right here, 80%, this is 0.8, 66% is 0.66. And then now one in the front is x and one in the back is y. So x plus y equals 30. So 0.8x plus 0.66y equals, he wants to make 30 grams of 70% silver. So then it will be 30 multiplied by 70 over 100, and that's 21 grams. So this is 21. So we'll solve this using simultaneous equations. But first, let's change this a bit. Let's multiply 100 to both sides. Then 80x plus 66y, that equals 2100. And then let's go over the first one. X equals negative y plus 30. So this is negative y plus 30. Let's expand it. The negative 80y plus 2400 plus 66y equals 2100. So then y with the y. So negative 14y equals 24 go over, then it's negative 300. So then y equals 21.428. And then the x will be x equals 30 minus 21.428. I won't calculate this one right now. This is question 12. Sue was starting a lawn cutting business. Her startup cost to buy 2 lawnmowers and an edge trimmer, so it cost $665. She had figured out that she'll use about $1 in gas for each lawn, and if she charges $20 per lawn, what will her break-even point be? So when we calculate this, so every time she mows each lawn, she earns $20. But for gasoline, there is $1 of use. So per house, she earns $90 in total. So then, instead of using simultaneous equation, let's just solve it simply. 665 divided by 19. So that's 35. So after mowing 35 lawns, that will be the break-even point. This is question 13. A woodworking shop makes tables and chairs. To make a chair, 8 minutes is needed in the sander. To make a table, 8 minutes is needed on the lathe and 20 minutes is needed on the sander. The lathe operates 6 hours a day, and the sander operator works 7 hours a day. How many chairs and tables can they make in one day working at this capacity? So right here first, I'll put this chair as an X and table as an Y. So they both take 8 minutes, and lathe chart takes 8 minutes, and table also takes 8 minutes. In case of sander, chart takes 8 minutes, and table takes 20 minutes. And it asks us how, and we find out how much it takes, 6 hours and 7 hours each. So right here, I'll change it to minutes, so it's 360 minutes and 420 minutes. And then let's write it down. For the lathe, 8x plus 8y equals 360. And for the sander, 8x plus 20y equals 420. So let's modify the first one. Then 8x equals negative 8y plus 360. And let's substitute that. So this is negative 8y plus 360. Negative 8y plus 360 plus 20y equals 420. Like this. 12y equals 60. And then there will be 5 tables in total. And then again, let's substitute the y into 5 to find out the chairs. So in the first equation, let's substitute it. 8 multiplied by equals 40. And then 8x equals 320. So x is 40 chairs are made in total. James researched these nutrition facts. 1 gram of soy milk has 0.005 grams of carbohydrates and 0.003 grams of protein. 1 gram of vegetables has 0.14 grams of carbohydrates and 0.003 grams of protein. James wants his lunch to have 50 grams of carbohydrates and 20 grams of protein. How many grams of soy milk and vegetables does he need? So first let's draw the table. So this question is pretty similar with question 13 that we just did. So for the carbohydrates, this one has 0.005 grams of it, and vegetables have 0.14 grams of it. For proteins, they both have 0.03 grams of it. So he should eat 50 grams of carbohydrates and 20 grams of proteins. So I'll put soy milk as an X and vegetables as an Y before solving it. So then 0.005 X plus 0.14 Y, that equals 50. And then 0.03x plus 0.03y equals 20. So for the first one, let's multiply both sides by 1000 because it's 3 blocks under the decimal point. For the second equation, let's multiply by 100 because it's 2 points under decimal point. And it will be like this. So this time, let's divide it by 5. X plus 20y equals 10,000. X equals negative 20y plus 10,000. So right here, this x is negative 20y plus 10,000. So let's write this out. And it will be like this. I's with the i's, negative 80 on y, that equals negative 28,000. And then let's divide both sides with negative 81. And then y equals 345.679 and so on. So to find the x, let's substitute the y and let's just do the second equation for it. Then 3x, 3 multiplied by 345.679, that equals 2000. Then x equals 320.998. Nicole has been offered a single job at high tech and the best computers. Which offer should Nicole accept? So for the high tech, they have basic salary of $500 per week and 5% commission. And for best computers, they have $400 per week plus 7.5% of commission. So I'll put sales in X and salary as in Y. So for the high tech, 500 plus 0.05x equals Y. And for the best computers, 400 plus 0.075x equals Y. So right here, if we both the same y, then 500 plus 0.05x equals 400 plus 0.075x. So numbers with the numbers and x with the x. 500 minus 400, that equals 100. That 100 equals 0.025x. So let's divide both sides by 0.025. And then x equals 4,000. So this is when those two job offers earn same money. If he can sell more than $4,000, he should definitely go to BC. But if he can't sell higher than 4,000, he should go to AT High Tech. This is question 16. Mathematics solves the system of equations 2x minus y equals 4 and y equals 4x minus 10 by substitution. Her solution is on the left. So what did she do incorrectly and we should write a correct solution? So y equals 4x minus 10. So let's put that into y. 4x minus 10. And then 2x minus 4x. So there's minus in front of minus 4x plus 10. That equals 4. Numbers with numbers and x with the x. Negative 2x equals negative 6. And x equals 3. So when x is 3, let's substitute it here. Then 12 minus 10. So y equals 2. So when I look at her solution, so she should be careful of those minus right there. So when there's minus in front of parentheses, that should be plus, it's minus and minus. So also you guys should also be careful of those minuses in front of the parentheses. This is question 17. Jennifer has nickels, dimes, and quarters in her piggy bank. In total, she has 49 coins, with a value of $5.2. If she has 5 more dimes than all the nickels and quarters combined, how many of each type of coin does she have? So there are 49 of those in total, and $5.2 in total. Let's just change this to, let's just multiply by 100 and change cents, and it'll be 520 cents. So right here, it gave us that nickel, 7 nickel, and quarter, there are 5 more dimes. So first let's do 49 minus 5, and that equals 44. And then after dividing that 44 by 2, that equals 22. So there are 22 plus 5 dimes, which is 27. And for the sum of nickel and quarter is 22. And also we know how much the dime has the value of it. So it's 27 multiplied by 10, and that equals 270 cents. So then let's find out how much nickels and quarters are in there. I'll put nickels in x and quarter as a y. So x plus y equals 22, and then 5x plus 25y equals 520 minus 270, which is 250. So let's modify the first one. So then x equals negative y plus 22. So this is negative y plus 22. So right here, if we write it out, negative 5y plus 110 plus 25y equals 250. Then 20y equals 140. So y equals 7. If y equals 7, clear 22 in total, there will be 15x. This is question 18. In this question, it asks us to explain why you think the strategy that was presented in this lesson is called substitution, using the linear system x plus 4y equals 8 and 3x minus 16y equals 3 in your explanation. So, since we just used the strategy substitution until now for solving questions, I believe that you guys can solve it easily right now. And now let's go for the final review. In this case, x equals negative 4y plus 8. And then, we can substitute this x to other equation, in this case this equation right here. So then this will be negative 4y plus 8. This is the exact moment the substitution happens. And then this will be 3 multiplied by negative 4y, so negative 12y plus 24 minus 16y, and that equals 3. So negative 28y equals negative 21. And dividing both sides with negative 28, y equals 3 over 4. And then let's just substitute the y here to find out the x. Negative 4 multiplied by 3 over 4 plus 8. That equals negative 3 plus 8, so x equals 5. This is question 19. Mark invested $300,000 to stocks, bonds, and saving accounts. And the numbers on the right are the profits of those investments. And also, he invested 4 times more on the stocks than savings. And also, next year, he earned $3,500 as a profit. But this one is 3 variables, so we can't solve using these by simultaneous equations. But there are hints if you carefully look at the question. It says that he invests 4 times the money in stocks than in saving. So then, if saving account is x, then stocks equals 4x. So now there are only 2 variables. So let's put this bond to y, and then we can solve this using simultaneous equation. So this is profit, 0.15, 0.1, and 0.04. This is the rate of their profit. And now let's write it down again. 4x plus y plus x, that equals $300,000. And then 1 year later, he earned a profit of $35,600. 0.15 multiplied by 4x plus 0.1y plus 0.04x, that equals 35600. And now let's just write it out. 0.64x plus 0.1y, that equals 35,600. And also there's one more equation. 5x plus y equals 300,000. Let's just solve this question using the calculator. First go to a menu, and then to the equation, pressing simultaneous, and there are 2 variables, and now let's just write it down. And if we press solve, we can find that x is 4,000 and y is 100,000. And then let's just calculate this. So for saving account, it was just x, bonds was y, and stocks was 4x. So x was $40,000, bonds $100,000, and stocks, so it will be $160,000. If you liked the video, please press like and subscribe to the channel. Those likes and subscribes will be very helpful for the channel.